For Thanksgiving tip, come with a coping skill. So make a point to plan out one or two of your best used, most successful coping skills, the ones that you know really work for you. If you have to write it down on a piece of paper or write it down in your phone to remember, because sometimes in the moment we forget, what are we going to do when we're freaking out with those things? Remind yourself before going to whatever family member's house you're going to, and be proactive with utilizing it as needed, and make sure it's a coping skill you can do in the moment. So nothing too complex.
Great.
And then another one, to have like accountability with like at least one family member that you can trust. So whether it being a safe word with them or a look or a signal, so that if there is a conversation that you need to get out of, they are aware and can help you get out of it. Or if you need them to support you because a hard conversation happened or a comment happened or something, you can step away with them and get out of the chaos of the family time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, I was just going to say my skill or my tip. Don't restrict an anticipation for the big meal, for the Thanksgiving meal. It is just another dinner. There's, you still need to have 3 meals and 3 snacks.
And another one, just to like enjoy the family time and not think about the food, which I know is obviously easier said than done, but to really just focus on the family time and not like, even if that means having someone else portion your plate or you not really doing it, like you can having a step back. It's not losing progress because someone else like portioned your plate, even though you're portioning your own stuff at home. So really like utilizing your support team and enjoying your family, because holidays only come around once a year.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that. I asked people to sort of practice comments if people say things, to come prepared with some alternate statements. If someone says, "Oh, you're looking so healthy," or "You look like you gained weight," or whatever euphemism they say, to quickly, I don't talk about that, or let's talk about the weather. Like, come up with some topics that you can quickly veer towards, that you have, that Aunt Mary, it doesn't have to continue making you feel bad. So come with some already practiced ideas.
Yeah, Erica, that was actually 2. I had 2 on my mind. That was one of them, is that's sometimes something that I do with my patients, is like practice what are they comfortable with, because I think a lot of times people feel like that's confrontational, like if somebody says something and I say, I don't talk about that, that even feels too confrontational. So I love like that variety of like, could you change the subject? Could you excuse yourself if you really don't feel like you can take on that challenge, And then the other thing I was thinking about kind of piggybacks what Diana was saying, was like not restricting leading up to the meal, but, even the next day too, like where people might say or think, I don't deserve to eat because of yesterday and blah, blah, blah. But, recognizing that there's no compensation needed for.
Exactly.
I would piggyback off of Rebecca's too, with not just food, but also movement, especially you're thinking too with exercise.
Yes.
They can plan to have joyful movement depending on where they're at, right? They can either plan to have joyful movement, they can plan to not move the next day if that's, in their intervention. They can make sure that they just do something extra joyous the next day so they can find a way around those thoughts.
Exactly. I also tell people that if they're working with a dietitian or another treatment professional, to talk about their meal plan if they're concerned. And for example, I talked with someone and I said, how do you think you're going to handle the pumpkin pie and whatever you have after? And she said, I think that's my snack. And I said, exactly, it's part of your meal plan. So just sort of strategizing that way if someone does have a set meal plan.
Like especially for kids, if parents know what is going to be served, being able to have a conversation with the kid like a little bit prior so they don't walk into seeing all this food and the anxiety starts, but so that they can be prepared of like, these are the things that are there. These are the things that you like. These are the things that you want to try, and kind of having a little bit more of a plan so that you're not just seeing, especially for families that do like buffet style, so that you're not just seeing all of this food laid out.
Yeah, I always tell people it's just one day. People think that it's like, oh my God, it's the beginning of the holiday. It's just one day at a time.
It's like, it's so hyped up. Yeah.
It's just food. It's just a
It's just
day.
food.
Do you know what?
My 9-year-old daughter tells me all the time. She's like, Thanksgiving's okay, but it's just dinner.
It's the day that the natives were slaughtered. And why are we celebrating? So to be really respectful and, always talk about it. So
Yeah, actually in California, in this area in Empire where I am, we're near quite a few casinos and Native American land. And they have a few usually on Thanksgiving Day powwows for different tribes. And it's for everyone or like the public to go and kind of learn about the culture and stuff. And we've done that a couple times, but
that's really
I
nice.
prefer that.